Well, they were fearful of democracy because 51% could take over the minority, the 49%, and control them. So to protect the minority, you had to have a Republican form of government, and that means you have representative government. And the founders were pretty strong on this. They don't even put the word democracy in the Constitution, but they have the word republic. And Franklin, of course, was so famous for saying it's a republic if you can keep it, and we're still worrying about if we're going to keep it or not. But democracy is authoritarian in many ways, so all you have to do is gather a large group of people, and as soon as you hit 51%, they can take away the rights of the others, and that's why they didn't like it. Well, I think it is, and the country believed it to be, and the founders believed in it. It gives a better representation, and it's not. Democracy is more like mobocracy, you know, where anybody who can get the attention and force their will on others. That doesn't mean that you can't have a democratic election, but that's a lot different than a democracy where they can rule on legislation and rights and arbitrary, you know, what if the 51% could amend the Constitution? Unfortunately, today we have the executive branch and Congress and the courts carelessly amending the Constitution, which I find offensive. Yeah, I think so. You know, I've in campaigning for the president, I've come across states where they would have pure primaries and also caucuses. And I think the caucus rewards effort, people who are determined, people who will organize, and people who believe in something. And that way, I think there's a better representation than just depending on somebody corralling the 51% and having their ways because they have more money than the other group. It neutralizes what somebody can do just with a lot of money. And I think that's what is important. That's why I endorse the caucus.